What up guys, Rob with Extreme Boating back with another video, and today I'm going to show you how to change out your 13-inch tractor steering wheel to a 14-inch aftermarket steering wheel. So as I'm sure you're aware, these tractor wheels, they got this nasty little pop-in cap. They're not bad. They're not bad at all. I mean, they get the job done, but they're small. It's a little hard to turn the steering wheel when you're doing stuff out on the water. So to alleviate that, you get a larger diameter steering wheel. You can turn the outboard easier. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how to change your steering wheel today and revert to the aftermarket piece. This is typical of the majority of your aftermarkets out there. So one small footnote before we begin, guys, is when you're shopping for your aftermarket steering wheel online, you want to search for a 3/4 inch tapered shaft steering wheel, and it has to have slots integrated in, as you can see, for that key that you will see when I remove the steering wheel. Okay, let's get started here. So this is your standard 13-inch tractor steering wheel. Center cap here just pops off by hand. It's got two little nubs here. It's a wonder everybody loses them all the time. So first thing you're gonna do after you remove the cap, take a 19mm shallow or deep socket, and you can either use a ratchet. I use impact tools for the majority of the stuff I do. Take that nut off all the way. You will thread it back on just to the till it's a little bit past flush on the shaft itself. And I don't have a way to pull this with jaws or anything, so we're just gonna do some careful taps here of the hammer on the actual shaft itself, and just like that, it's off. All right, so you can go ahead and remove the nut entirely now. You will remove the wheel, and there will be a small key in here. I'm sure you can see that. Take your stock wheel, just throw that somewhere. We're really not going to need it anymore. And I do have to mention before anything that your outboard should be pointed nice and straight forward, because that will allow you to align the wheel easier to the position you want it to be. So you're going to take your hub adapter here, without dropping this key. Oh Lord, this is always an issue. So you keep that key in there. Like I said, it helps line things up. Right, so we're in there. The wheels, the outboard's pretty straight. Then you take your actual wheel. Go ahead and place that on there. Put in at least 2 Allens, or whatever hardware it is they send you. And after I'm done doing this, I'll show you why it is I'm doing this. So before anything, you want to make sure your wheel is nice and straight in relation to where the outboard is itself. Make sure you got the right key for this. Okay. So outboard looks pretty right. The key is pointing, I'd probably say about the 3 o'clock position in relation to where the shaft is pointing. The key is facing this way, not this way, or not this way, it's facing that way. So after you're good there, go ahead and put in your washer that was on the original steering wheel. All right, go ahead and take your impact or your ratchet. That's on there pretty good. Now these rear steering adapters, the Teleflex steering systems, they allow for up to a 16-inch wheel. Obviously that wheel would be massive and it wouldn't allow you to fold your seat forward, so 14 is about the largest you want to go safely without interference from the wheel as you fold the seat up. Right, and then at this point you could actually start tightening the rest of your bolts. You make sure you tighten these pretty good, because obviously without these bolts in place, your steering wheel has the chance of coming off while you're steering it. So you make sure you get these bolts on nice and tight. Nobody wants that. Okay, everything looks pretty tight. Then you go ahead and check all of your bolts. So we started right here on this one. Okay, this little bit of slack is part of the actual Teleflex system. There's really no getting rid of that, to my knowledge, of course. Then again, I haven't investigated that little bit of slack. It could just be that it needs a slightly thicker washer, but you know what? It doesn't matter to me. So after that, I had my choice in caps. I have a scalloped one, and then I have this black one. I'm just gonna go ahead and run this black one. Kind of like it better anyways. Right, that pops right on. Has some pressure on it. It looks pretty good. Then if you have any kind of provided decal or whatever, go ahead and pop that on. Just like that. So you go from this smaller, uglier wheel, in my opinion, cheaper feeling, to this what I initially thought was a 3-piece, but it's actually a 2-piece. Looks like it's billet aluminum. Really nice, much larger, easier to turn the outboard. Go to this steering wheel. I think you'll be enjoying life a lot more on your boat without having to fight the manual steering so much. So Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the content, like usual, like, subscribe, comment. I'm thinking up some next videos. I may do one on propeller sizing, but that's currently in the works. Other than that, thanks, guys.